So now we're going to hear from Joanna Schema. As I said already, Joanna is head of the European delegation and vice president of Make Mothers Matter, and she is the Eurofamnet policy and practice group coordinator. And Joanna is going to talk about the policy and practice perspective on learned lessons for evidence-informed decision making. Thanks, Joanna.
Thank you very much. I would like to first of all introduce and thank you all again for all this work, especially all the academia behind this work. And I would like to introduce our work group, that is the Policy and Practice Group. This is a group that is conformed and formed by European people around Europe. It's not only EU, but it's around Europe, as you have seen in some of the slides, who have to do with family support and practice, including family advocacy. And the role of this group has been from the beginning to inform and to ensure that the needs and the voices of the families and the children are present in the work that the activity and the action has been doing during these 5 years until now. And I would like, it's unfortunate that Stefan is not there because he mentioned that very quickly, so I wanted to come to his point. He mentioned something that maybe you didn't hear well. It's a worrying fact, and I'm sorry for bringing you to that. I promised that I would leave you with some more positive notes at the end. But the worrying fact is that today children represent the poorest section of our society. 1 in 4, nearly 20 million children across the EU are at risk of poverty or social exclusion. And it seems very paradoxical because putting children first has not been helpful, to children as a group. And this is because the states have defined the interests of the children separately from the interests of the family. This relates not only to poverty. I don't know, for the people who live in Belgium, or maybe if you came early today, in the news, we just heard today that in Belgium, and this is present in all around Europe, mental health problems is 1 out of 6 people living in the EU. Many of these are children and adolescents are suffering from mental health problems. And in Belgium, in the last 5 years, the use of antidepressants in children and adolescents, has raised in 60%. So in 5 years, 60% children are taking more antidepressants. But there are good trends, and we have seen that today with the presentation of Eurofamnet work. And the Commission also has shown good trends and good examples and a commitment to look forward and to change this paradoxical situation. And that's where the work of Eurofamnet works, that we have understood, and everybody's understanding right now, that poverty and social isolation are the result of unequal opportunities or structural inequalities, and not the individual responsibility or the lack of educational competences of the individual parents, and that the parents should be provided with the necessary resources, support, enough time, financial measures and skills that enables them to care for and enjoy their children and further their children's development. This perspective mandates government to take an active role in supporting parents in their crucial role of raising their children. And it's just not about ensuring survival, but about promoting a nurturing environment where families and children can reach their full potential. Because families, as we have heard, have the rights to quality parental support. So all families, this is the new scheme, and children and parents involving children and parents have the right to quality parenting support. So, as David just said it, they are subjects of rights, places their interests in, and they were being at the forefront of social policies. And as I said, the EU has been very good, has already recognized these gaps, has implemented very good and important initiatives. And the EU has seen that there is a lack of better methods to measure and compare the quality of social and care services across the EU. So how does this work of the Eurofam network provide policymakers with elements to achieve these goals that already the EU has pointed out? As we have heard, family support spans a spectrum of resources. First, resource-related supports, which may include financial, material, or legislative measures that are directed to assist families. And the second is a service-related support that consists of professional service, as it was mentioned, education, healthcare, psychological, psychosocial care, etc. While these resources and services are essential, their effectiveness depends on quality. So what we deliver to families matters, but equally important is how we deliver it. And this is where the development of this Eurofamnet Quality Assurance Protocol, elaborated through the collaboration, and has been explained, and input from researchers, practitioners, and policy makers becomes essential. This protocol ensures that families receive the best possible care, no matter where they live, and no matter what challenges they face. One key challenge has been, among many others, just to come back a little bit about the point, is accessibility. We also heard of family-friendly working conditions, economic support. We have heard about the importance of evidence-based policies that lead to better outcomes for children, and this should be a political priority because they are cost-effective and they are also sustainable in the long term. And these methods guarantee that the decisions are not just based on tradition, assumptions, or trial and error, but are proven strategies that lead to positive outcomes. It ensures participation of children and families in the quality process and is responsive to the real-world needs. That's important to underline. It can be tracked, compared, and continually improve, and creates, in turn, accountability and enhance of the service provided. Enhance the service provided. I would like to maybe mention, it has been mentioned about the preventive measures, the specific targeted groups, which are also important to take account because, as we said, it has to be universal, but also targeted to specific needs. I would like to mention some of the many examples of several programs that we have included in our repository that is on the website of Eurofamnet. For example, Educar en Positivo from Spain, Home Star from the Netherlands, Swedish International Child Development Program in Sweden. The Triple P Positive Parenting Program started in Netherlands but is now being expanded somewhere else. So just to be punctual in my time, I would like to just summarize today's discussions and what we have heard today. So we have heard and we have reaffirmed today that we now see children and families not merely as recipients of welfare, but as subjects of rights whose well-being and interests are at the heart of the social policy. This perspective transforms family well-being from a passive expectation into an active duty. One is that fundamental to how we shape our societies. Second, we have acknowledged that every family deserves equal access to high-quality support. It has to be high-quality support. It just cannot be any support. And most importantly, we recognize that the well-being of children and their families is deeply interconnected. The great value from Eurofamnet work is in this ability to identify ways to promote evidence-based practices across countries and to make recommendations that would enhance the quality of services and help shape both national and European policies, ensuring that services not only meet the diverse needs of families, but also are effective and transformative. And I promise to leave you on a good note. We believe, and I believe, and it has been a little bit mentioned there, that we will achieve these goals by continuing working together to strengthen the magic circle and the magic triangle, if you can call it both ways. Is the collaboration between politicians, researchers, and practitioners, including advocates from family organizations, because this is an essential partnership that only through that we could achieve well-being of all our families and children. Thank you.